This is Jammin with Kron Rex.
And don't forget to subscribe so you get the videos as they come out.
Coach Cam made this shit.
I'm Brenden Kron. This is Rex. And welcome to Jammin with Kron and Rex.
The most wizard podcast. I thought you'd like that.
I hate that term so much.
Like I know you do, but you often don't give a shit about who hears your jokes, so there you go. I'll say wizard.
Yeah.
I would just like to start this out by shouting out white women.
This is going to be an interesting one.
I like a lot of the things white women do. Like, I usually follow suit. Whether it's like Chick-fil-A or Post Malone. Mm-hmm. I genuinely trust them. I think my favorite are poor white girls. Like the ones that kind of grew up trash. I think those kind of white girls, like, I think they're pretty cool.
You love trashy white women.
Not currently trash. Maybe like transitioning out of trash.
Yeah. Or
have some good trash stories from like when they're a kid. Okay. You know? So, right. Having said that, our current podcast was almost sabotaged by a white girl. I just thought that was interesting. Mm-hmm. I have spent many of my days loving white women. And today, one of them damn near destroys the entire podcast we had set up today.
Yeah, that is true.
Didn't you have something you wanted to... You was mad about something. You was upset about something that she did.
Well, all right, hold on. To explain what we mean by it being sabotaged...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this isn't like Dr. Doofenshmirtz level shit. It just sounded like we just had a prankster.
Yeah. My girlfriend accidentally...
What do you want to call her? You want to call her Robert De Niro? Do you want to go by her legal tender name?
I was just going to say my girlfriend. Okay. Seems easier. Stole the battery that we use for the podcast. So
we don't have any left.
Yeah, so we're recording off of only one battery. So hopefully it all comes out. Hopefully we get the whole episode out.
If not, I say we bring back torture. But, you know, kind of foreshadow.
But... She has pretty bad anxiety on, like, the road. So that's why she doesn't drive, and she makes me fucking drive everywhere. Which I have.
You know there's a karma, right?
I have, yes, I know.
Yeah.
Shut up. So I have.
I love it. I love every bit of it.
A little bit of road rage. Not the worst in this room.
Goddamn Sammy.
Sammy's a savage on the road.
Yeah. No, it's
but... Fine. We were driving, we use a relative term, I was driving, and we're on the highway, and, of course, no wreck, nothing, not on the other side, not on our side, but it just came to a complete fucking stop.
Yeah.
And so I was going like 90, and I had to just completely slam on my brakes and, like, swerve out of the lane that I was in into the next lane, or I would have hit the car in front of me. And she, for the next, like... Because it took, like, maybe, like, 45 minutes to get home from that point. Yeah. For the next 45 minutes, like, she's, like, turn the music down. She's, like... I'm like, all right, look. I was like, it's been 30 minutes. Like, it's over. We're not even on the highway.
Like, she's, like, huffing, like, she's like, oh, my God, like, this won't end. Or, like, she's having an anxiety attack. What y'all listening to?
I don't even know. Oh, I do know. I was listening to Natasha Bedingfield because I was like...
You can't have an anxiety attack during Natasha Bedingfield.
And I'd said this. I was like, I don't know why you're freaking out. There's not a chance in hell I'd die to Natasha Bedingfield. I was like, that's not the music I'm dying to.
I'd play like some Slipknot.
But like, I was like, oh, I feel bad. But after like 30 minutes, I was like, all right, come on. You gotta cut the pants.
It's getting old. It's getting old.
I was like, we're not even on the highway.
I'm over the anxiety.
I was like, do you want me to pull over? And she's like, no, just get home as soon as we can. I was like, if I drive any faster, you're gonna freak out more. And then once we finally get home, we get out of the car, she just gets out of the car immediately and she looks me dead in my eyes and goes, don't you ever do that again. I was like, me? I didn't do shit. I saved us.
Don't swerve next time.
It's like...
Do exactly the opposite of everything you did.
Okay.
Go half that. Go 45 at all times. And if somebody comes to a sudden stop, you do not stop.
Yeah, just run right into them.
You play Slipknot. and you immediately give her shit for panicking.
Yeah.
Do everything the exact opposite.
Yeah, but it just blew my mind. She was like, don't ever do that again. I was like, you cannot be blaming me for saving our lives.
Yeah. So, I'm not the best of drivers. You drove with me plenty of times.
Yeah.
And I knew about your girlfriend's somewhat fear of driving, and then y'all suggested that I drive first going to Newport, and I was like, I don't know. That might not be the best idea for her safety, or her not balding before we get there. So I actually drove pretty damn decent there. I think it was honestly so good that my girlfriend said something to me about how well it was.
Yeah, it was weird
in relation to other times I've drove.
Yeah,
because she is at the point where whenever I'm about to turn, she grabs the thing, and dude, I can be having the best day, and that will piss me off so goddamn bad. I'm like, why do you need to grab that? Do you have any center of gravity? Like, I just hit a turn and you're just... Where's your goddamn center of balance? Like, you need that? Man the fuck up. Just sit down and just... It's a turn. It's a turn. You don't go throwing around like a rag doll or grab that. Because now just look at it and go, are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking...
Could you imagine if you did that? I mean, she'd be furious.
Yeah. I would be too. It's such a...
Yeah.
It's such a pussy move. And dude, it pisses me off beyond belief. And I am a bad driver. Because I actually do remember my buddy Dakota, me and him was going to the mall. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of like a scenario you did.
Yeah.
But I didn't swerve off. And I didn't hit the guy either.
Yeah.
I was looking for something, and Dakota goes, Roy, slam the fucking brakes. We come that close to hitting the fucking car.
Oh my God.
Like that fucking close. And he sent over there. And I was like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, it was 6 seconds. I'm like, dude, you have got to get over it. You have got to shut the fuck up about that.
Yeah.
And he was like, your heart's not fucking pounding. And I swear to God, it did scare the shit out of me, but I got over it. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
So, and then he was like, Roy, your heart has to be pounding out of your chest. So I grabbed his hand and put it over my heart, and he went, wow. you actually don't care. I was like, no, I do this every week.
This is the other thing. Like, they're not driving. Like, they didn't do anything.
I'm not going to lie.
Just freaked out.
I think what you just said, it turned my opinion completely, because that makes it so much more understandable that they'd freak out.
No.
Because they have zero control of what is going on, but they will suffer just as bad as the person to the left of them who they trust with their entire fucking life by letting them drive somewhere in a death machine.
I don't get it.
You get it.
I don't get it.
You get it. You're just a piece of shit. But you saved a life.
Yeah.
And then she takes your battery. So,
yeah.
We see who's the actual good person out of that.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be biased, but I will. And this wine is another shout out to white women.
That's right.
I solely got this because last year, I think it was last year, maybe the year before, COVID kind of has everything fucked up for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, a bunch of women were freaking out about that bottle. It was like Sangria Capriccio.
Yeah.
It just kind of tastes like grape soda.
At first. And then a bad aftertaste after.
Yeah. It's really nothing special, but, I like this.
Yeah.
More on to white women. So we don't get too far away from it, just in case we don't update our Songs of the Week playlist for 2 more years. My Song of the Week is Oxytocin by Billie Eilish off her new album.
Is that the standout for you?
Yeah. It probably would have been like Therefore I Am, but I had already played that to death before the album even came out, like a good time before the album even came out. So yeah, it's Oxytocin. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I really like it. I'll say, I finally went through, I think like last week actually, and listened to the entire album, and it's good.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think Billie is honestly capable of like putting out bad music right now, because she has such a good voice and there's like good quality into what she does. Like, I'm not in love with every song that she does, but I don't think there's a song that I'm like, oh my god, I hate this. Like, why should she do that? Like, it's kind of like it, not to the same level, but I would compare it to how I've said about like Frank Ocean or Bruno Mars.
Yeah,
like the quality is always so good from artists that I like that it's just like they really can't do anything wrong at this point, unless they change shit up, which I'm open for too.
Yeah, I really want to like that album. I've listened to the entirety of it twice now.
Yeah,
and just nothing is like sticking with me.
Yeah, I think it's a good shower album. I think there's definitely some songs that got added to the old shower playlist.
Old shower playlist. Yeah.
Do you know what oxytocin is?
No.
Oxytocin, because her chorus says like, "I need you for the oxytocin." Mm-hmm. It's like, here, I had to look it up recently. It's got to be somewhere around here. Mm-hmm. My mouse is sticky.
You could have just not.
I'm not gonna. Well, is it? I don't know what that is because it's. No, it's not there anymore. That's even scarier.
How did this happen?
But oxytocin is pretty much like a hormonal thing, and it helps like you contract or strengthens your contractions while you're in labor. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was pretty interesting. She said, "I need you for like the contractions."
That's neat.
Yeah, but I don't know. It sounded a lot cooler in the song instead of just being like, "Oh well, it's it helps you go into labor and shit."
Yeah, it's like explaining a joke. It's not.
It sounds pretty damn cool, but you're just like, including influencing oxytocin is prescribed as a drug. Oh, well, okay. She can just get a prescription. I didn't know that.
No.
So yeah, there you go. Yeah, somebody, Billy, if you're watching this, if you're one of the 8 people at this point, just get a prescription, buddy. I gotta go.
Huh. My song of the week is "Cut the Check" by Mac Miller.
Yeah. See, whenever we was talking about this, I figured if there was a Mac song, it would have been that, like that we've already had for songs of the week. Because goddamn, do I love that song.
Yeah. I've honestly been listening to a little bit more of old Mac Miller, but I haven't listened to all Mac Miller. So almost the song that I went with was "The Spins."
Yeah.
Just because, I don't know. I kind of stayed away.
Because it's my song of the week.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah. I've kind of stayed away from like older Mac Miller, like Dumb Kids and Best Day Ever and stuff like that. Just because I was like, I know of songs like Donald Trump and I don't know. Can't think of
Blue Slide Park?
No, not that one. Because that one didn't. I'm talking about ones that like I kind of look back and I'm like, I don't really love it anymore.
Oh, yeah.
I still kind of like Blue Slide Park and shit, but...
Early Mac... And it's so weird when you're talking about music, because whenever you say, like, old Mac Miller, you're not talking about an actual old Mac Miller.
Oh, yeah.
Because whenever you say new Mac Miller, it's, like, newest relative to time. But when you say old, you're thinking older, but they were younger at that point. I always think that's...
Yeah. I get it.
It's not confusing if you're not a fucking idiot, if you don't overthink it, but I will sometimes, because nobody's like, oh yeah, that old Mac Miller slaps, and they're talking about something that just released, like, a year ago.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, it's a good song.
Yeah. It's my favorite Mac Miller song, so...
Like ever?
Cut the Check? Yeah, that's my favorite Mac Miller song.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking dope.
Yeah.
I don't know what mine is, man. R.I.P. Mac Miller.
Yeah.
And
I was say, and shout out Chief Keef. He goes.
Oh my god, I thought you was gonna say and R.I.P. Chief Keef.
No, Jesus.
Isn't that dude just now like turning like 19 or something?
I think he's our age.
Yeah, which is crazy.
I feel like he's been famous my entire life. Like,
yeah, Lil Wayne's honestly not even that old, even though he looks like a crab apple.
Is he?
He's been rapping. Either he has been rapping since he was 13 and he's 70 now, or he's been rapping since he was 13. He's like 32.
Oh, you were relatively close. He's 38.
Okay, so almost a decade off.
He's at 32.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is closer to a decade than it's not. Well, that's actually not true at all. It's actually closer to 5 than it is a decade, but
it's fine, buddy. Whatever.
Yeah. Either way, he looks like a crab apple.
You just wanted to say it.
Yeah, I honestly didn't even know what crab apples were before somebody said he looks like a crab apple, and it was the first picture I saw when I looked that up was a picture of him photoshopped onto a crab apple.
It's so good.
So I still don't know what a crab apple looks like. The only crab apple I've ever seen is with Lil Wayne's face on it, and it still looked exactly like Lil Wayne. But this has been some years, so maybe there's been some new booms in crab apples, where people think they're more film-worthy.
They're just small apples.
The one I saw was like kind of wrinkly.
Yeah.
Like it looked like it had like some dark marks, like tattoos and shit.
Those were Lil Wayne.
Maybe I just saw a picture of Lil Wayne and assumed that's what crab apples looked like.
Yeah, there's the one that you see.
Yeah, see, that does look like both what I thought a crab apple would look like, and it is. I want to believe that I want to believe that's like Lil Wayne's face is not photoshopped on it, and that's just how crab apples look. Just every fucking crab apple, I'm like, they nailed it.
Yeah, no.
They nailed exactly what it looks like.
Also, a picture of an apple
crab.
An apple crab also came up.
That's actually neat. Yeah. That's actually pretty cool. I feel like that definitely should be something that's going to be on Pokemon at some point.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, they'll just combine like foods with any animal of mythological origin. They're like, yeah,
they don't care.
Yeah, we got it. But this has got to be a decent time to be a rapper, right?
You think so?
Well, okay, so maybe you're missing out on things like actual club experience, or maybe just experience out in the world, like you're missing out on stories to write about. Or songwriter. I don't know why it has to be just rap. Mm-hmm. But like you're stuck inside. You're kind of stuck inside. Like you don't have any distractions. I think it's kind of, to me, as a non-rapper, it's been pretty great because I'm not making the most out of it. I've been pretty much just playing Binding this whole year, but it's been pretty damn good.
Yeah,
you know.
I thought you were going to say because of like how accessible music is, like how.
Oh no, I meant during COVID.
Yeah,
specifically
okay. Yeah, that makes
COVID.
Sense.
Yeah,
I thought you meant like how easy it would be to blow up at this point, relatively to older times.
Honestly,
it's also oversaturated.
I feel like if you're wanting to be serious about your craft, it's harder to blow up because you either have to be really good or you have to have gimmicks. Like you have to have crazy colored hair. You have to do some outlandish shit instead of just relying on skill. Unless you're over the top good.
Yeah,
there's not like a bunch. To me, there's not like a whole bunch of middle ground. It's either like people who have made a career off like bright colored hair and like grabbing attention, or it's people that are really good. Not saying that like the bright colored hair rappers aren't good. I mean, they're still good in there. Mm-hmm. But like back then, honestly, felt like it was easier, but just not accessibility wise. But I mean, if I go get crucified for this, but honestly, skill wise. Because I don't feel like back then a lot of people wanted to be rappers. I feel like almost now more than ever you're seeing the biggest like, oh, I want to be a rapper. Yeah, like you see some dorky little like 12-year-old kid who like was like sold pot once and they're like, I'm ready to rap. Like
just
this is my story.
Say Jack Harlow.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know. As a white guy from Kentucky, that sentence never ends good, does it?
No. You can't.
Not just from this podcast, but if I turned on the news and it started off with a guy saying, as a white guy from Kentucky, I'm like, oh no. Like, this is going to be bad.
Yeah.
But like, I'm really happy for Jack Harlow.
Yeah. No, I really like Jack Harlow. It doesn't mean that he's not a dorky white kid who sold pot.
I'm honestly not the biggest fan of his music. I didn't know he sold pot either.
I don't know if he did.
I was like, you narking on him right now?
I don't fucking know. I'm just assuming. He's from Kentucky. He's a dorky white kid. I'm just assuming that that's how he got into, like, rap.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Did you actually listen to his early shit?
I'm
not trying to pull strings like, oh, I was listening to him before.
I really liked one song.
What?
The one that blew up. What the fuck was it?
No, I'm talking... Oh. Ice Cream Truck or something, or Dark Knight, or
yeah, Dark Knight.
Oh, I'm talking before that when he was posing for like goofy ass album covers of him naked, like Handsome Harlow and shit.
No,
this is genuinely like one of the first people that I have actually listened to before they blew up. And because I first heard his shit, I liked it for a while, and I was like, I like this, but I was like, I genuinely don't think there's any way he's going to blow up if he keeps sounding like this.
Yeah.
And, like, over time, he kind of got more... I mean, yeah, it's what happens to rappers. Like, you know, he got more experience, he got better, he got better quality, and then, you know, I think that's when I saw him break through is with stuff like Dark Knight. I saw Ice Cream Truck went viral for a bit, but then I think it was, like, Dark Knight and Sundown that really, like...
Yeah. Yeah, Dark Knight is how I heard of him. I think he's in a weird position of his career too.
Yeah.
Because his music isn't really making him as famous as just he is.
Well, okay, and I know shit moves quick in music, but I mean, What's Poppin' is kind of new.
What's Poppin'?
Like a year?
Yeah. What's Poppin'? Without What's Poppin', I don't know. Well, What's Poppin' made him like the next level of success. Now he's hanging out with like successful people.
Yeah.
But since What's Poppin', which is relatively new, but he's dropped an album since.
Yes.
And nothing, from my understanding, nothing's really went crazy on it.
Yeah.
And then it's just his personality. Like,
yeah.
Which is cool.
He's been playing basketball.
Yeah.
Been on Call of Duty commercials.
Yeah. Like, he's been doing a lot of cool stuff, and I feel like it's almost him as a person more than it is him as a musician. Yeah. Which is neat. Well, it's a weird transition for him.
That's what's fun about following rap is because like you get to see a lot of their personalities. And
yeah,
it makes you connect a lot more. Like I take CMOS pills now because of him. I am an absolute whore for vitamins or pills. Okay, I am not an actual whore for pills. I maybe should have just stuck with vitamins. I will suck anybody's dick for vitamin C. But, yeah, because, like, I don't care what it is. If it's, like, someone talks good about it, like, Joe Rogan was like, yeah, people aren't getting enough vitamin D, and that's why people are dying. And I was like, I don't think you have credentials to say that, Joe Rogan, but, yeah, I'm going to take vitamin D, and I'm going to take fish oils with it. Mm-hmm. And Jack Harlow said he takes CMOS pills, and it gets him bricked up while he's working out. He said he just walks around horny as hell while working out, and it hasn't done that personally for me. I think his might be spiked. But I have been taking CMOS pills, which I never thought I would actually do.
Yeah.
So I will take medicine for anything. Like, I am definitely not one of the people like, oh, you have a headache? You don't need that. Like, I will do heroin if I have a headache. If there's one person that I find somewhat credible that tells me, like, black tar heroin will help with a headache, I'll do it. I'll order it off Amazon right away.
I was going to say I can't get over the fact that you said you're a whore for pills.
Yeah, that didn't come out right.
But that's the second worst thing that you just said in that. So
what?
You just said you'd order black tar heroin off of Amazon for a headache.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't think Prime will do that, though. You can get a legit coffin off Amazon. You know that, right?
Why do you know that? You know what? Don't tell me.
Yeah, I would say, man, that's kind of nosy. You just so you're narking on too many people today. But along with COVID, we were kind of getting it out. We were getting out of it for like a hot minute. People was like, all right, we're done with mask. Are you going to go back to mask? Because like there's this whole new Delta variant coming on. I'm out of mask, so I probably won't be for at least 4 to 5 business days.
I didn't think that we talked about this, but
yeah, we're not topical at all.
No,
like you could watch us at any point in time, and you're like, I have no idea when this was filmed.
Yeah,
like we're still talking about Mac Miller. Like we're still saying R.I.P. But R.I.P.
R.I.P. Yeah, we're talking about Chief Keef. I mean,
R.I.P. The woman that fucking voiced Muriel from Courage the Cowardly Dog died.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Yeah, that one was really upsetting.
Biz Markie.
Yeah, that
R.I.P.
That was really upsetting.
Doom.
Yeah.
R.I.P. There's more, right?
Well, yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Chadwick Boseman.
R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman. R.I.P.
I think the What If episode that just came out, I know it's one of the last things that he did, but I think it might...
Star Panther?
Yeah, I think it might be the last, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, I need to watch that. I need to get caught up with that. Not that it's like a continuing series that you have to watch from the beginning to get, but it's just a bunch of what ifs. But the what if comics in Marvel have always been some of my favorite. Yeah. Along with like the zombie ones and shit. Which some of them are. Yeah. Some of them are like, oh God. I don't even know what the series is called, but yeah, they just have zombie ones.
So getting back to the COVID stuff, and then we'll go back to the what ifs, because I want to know some of them. Okay. Some of your favorites and shit. So the COVID stuff with the Delta, the way that I look at it is, since I got the vaccine, if I have to go back to wearing masks and stuff like that, social distancing, mask, everything that I was doing before, and then they come out with another vaccine, there'll be no way that I get it.
Well, there is a booster shot on the way,
which
they're recommending people get booster shots.
Yeah,
I think it's going to become available in like September.
Yeah, which I'm not 100% against, but if they say like, oh, you're going back to mask, we're shutting everything down, all of that, I'm gonna think for me, I did everything that I did for no fucking reason. So I'm not going to continue on it. Because then it just feels like, after we all get the booster shots, half of us won't. And then there'll be another, half of us won't. And it's a waste of fucking time at that point. So for me, if we get shut down, we go back to mask and all that, I'm just going to not give a fuck. At all.
You're just not going to give a fuck at all?
Yeah, about any of it. I'm not going to... I will be one of the annoying people who don't wear masks. I'll be one of the people who don't get the fucking vaccines. I won't be annoying to the point of where like I push other people not to, because I don't give a shit what anyone else does.
Yeah.
But for me personally, it'll make it to the point where I'm just like, nah, fuck this. I'm not doing it.
Well, because it's almost like I don't know. It's so weird because there's... I don't know. I really don't have too intelligible of a take on it. I genuinely don't know much about this.
Yeah, which I bet a lot of people would...
Still talk?
Well, I bet a lot of people would say what I just said was dumb.
Yeah.
And they're right. It is dumb, but that's how I feel. So, fuck it.
Yeah. I don't hate the idea of that because it's you saying it. Mm-hmm. But now, whenever we was going through our last circuit of COVID, I remember I would see people without masks and I immediately hated them. Mm-hmm. Like, I immediately fucking hated them. Because I obviously don't know the reason why they're doing that.
Weirdly enough, now I look at people with masks, and I'm like, why aren't you just vaxxed?
Yeah.
Like, now I kind of look at people with masks, and I'm like, what are you doing? Yeah. Like, why are you playing this part of the rules and not the full? Like,
well, because like, you can still get it.
I get that.
It lessens the severe symptoms, so you can still get it and maybe pass it on to other people.
Yeah, my favorite...
So maybe at home, everybody at their home's not vaccinated.
I don't know. It just seems weird to me.
Yeah.
But again, I'm never looking at someone with a mask and be like, look at this fucking loser. Like, no, I don't care.
Because usually a lot of the times it was people who, they were anti-vax. You could tell by the way they dressed because of how many stars and stripes they had on their cutoff tank.
Yeah.
And they didn't wear a mask. So I immediately knew that person.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw him.
Yeah.
As soon as like 80% of the people in the supermarket was wearing masks and shit. This guy's over here just fucking sweaty, hairy pits hanging out. You could see some of his nipple that wasn't hung over his big fat beer belly. And you're just like, yeah, that person's awful.
Yeah.
Like, I guarantee that person's awful. Yeah. Like, he's not just I think there's a difference between anti-mask and just not wearing one. You just sound like you're just not going to wear one.
Yeah.
But people that are anti-mask mean they're against people wearing masks.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't give a fuck if I saw someone 15 years ago wear a mask in the store. I don't give a shit.
No, I really don't.
I'm not going to say anything to anybody. I'm not going to... If someone around me wears a mask, I don't care.
Yeah, the only time that I would care is if, like...
You had nothing else better to do and you was a single house mom.
So there's only two scenarios that I give a shit. That one...
Those are the people that give the most fucks about anything that goes on.
Yeah. But I was going to say, and this is just because I'm selfish, but if there's, like, a big event coming up, say, like, we're going to see Schultz in, I think, October?
Yeah.
So in, like, October, And if they're like, hey, we're shutting everything down in October unless 70% of people get vaxxed, I would be one of those people like, hey, come on. Like, let's get up to 70%. Like, I want to still do my shit.
Let's give them a sticker.
For anyone that's vaxxed? Just give them a sticker?
No, Schultz.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's try to give them a sticker. See how close I can get.
Yeah, slingshot it out.
Maybe if we're in the second row, I could just, like, smack it onto his schnoz, you know? It's like, hey, buddy, you're going to need somebody else to get that for you. But, yeah, just to let you know it's on your schnoz. I actually have a decent amount of things coming up that I'm pretty excited for.
Yeah. So, like, if you've seen that, like, if we don't get to this percentage, everything shut down, I could see where you're like, just come on, guys, please. Like, don't fuck this up for me.
Yeah, I know, because that would suck if another wave does come, you know, more people might die, but I also might miss Schultz. Mm-hmm. I also might miss Tom Segura, The Weeknd, Tyler, the Creator, and Disneyland. Well, World.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, like, that's a lot of shit to miss out on.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was annoying just to have to wear the mask in, like, Newport.
Yeah.
At the fucking aquarium. Because I was like, I don't know. I was like, again, why the fuck did I even get the vax and shit?
We didn't have to.
Oh, no. We had to at the Speed Art Museum. That's that's the one I had to.
I was like, wait.
Yeah, no.
I was like, yeah, fuck,
I knew I just went to somewhere where I had to wear a mask even if you're vaxxed.
Yeah.
I was like, I get it a little, but at the same time, I was like, why the fuck did I even do it?
Yeah. So. It's kind of like, it kind of falls under, like, common decency rule. Mm-hmm. Like, where you just, like, have some decency, like, you know, if you're playing, like in an airsoft gun war, just have the common decency to be like, yeah, I was hit, and, you know, just own it. People don't have common decency.
Yeah.
So you're either going to have to tell everybody to wear a mask or nobody wear a mask. It's not just like, oh, if you're vaccinated, you know, because people are just going to be like, yeah, I'm vaccinated, sure. Like, show me your card. Oh, I don't have it on me, so, you know, it's cool. But really, they weren't vaccinated.
Yeah.
And I think that's the... See, again, weird, because you have no idea when we're filming this. You would think it'd be like during the big transgender boom, which I guess is still going on. But, like, people... The big debate on whether, like, someone born a man who now identifies as a woman should be able to use a woman's bathroom.
Yeah.
So, in theory, I have no problem with that. Because it's like, that's right, they identify as a woman. What's the big deal? I think straight men are the problem with that. Because people will lie about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of creeps that will lie and use that to just be creeps.
And I think that's the problem with it.
Yeah.
Because I don't, you know, if everybody was like, had common decency, I don't think that'd be a fucking issue.
No.
You know? I don't think there'd be any goddamn issue with that. But, yeah, it's really weird.
All right, now back to the What If comics.
Yeah.
Do you have some that, like, stand out as, like, your favorites that you remember or anything?
Ant-Man jumping in Thanos' ass.
I'd just seen something that said the What If, and it was like a fake concept art for it, and it was so goddamn
it was
funny.
pretty good looking, wasn't it? Yeah, I love that What If. Not an actual What If, but I think there's a Spider-Man Vampire Hunter coming up. Mm-hmm. If I'm thinking of it right. Yeah, I'm super excited for that. I genuinely haven't... I don't read a lot of comics. I watch nerds review comics on YouTube, and that's usually where I get a lot of my comic info.
Something that I didn't know, the difference between... Do you remember what DC's What Ifs were called? Because they have a What If kind of series, too.
It's,
Do you know the difference between the two?
No.
Like, the big difference?
No.
Marvel is, like, it goes off of, like, what really happened in, like, their comics, and then one thing changed it. Or something changed. DC is just, fuck it, what if... And it's anything in the universe. It doesn't have to be like Batman, his parents are getting shot. Oh, now it's Superman, his parents get shot. Yeah. No, like in Marvel, it has to play like that. DC is just like, fuck it. We'll just go with it. Literally whatever story we want.
Marvel, I don't know if it's called What If or if it's just like a take on it. But it's like, what if Spider-Man, when he has sex, he gives... Mary Jane cancer.
I don't think that's a what if. I think that's...
It's not canon. I definitely don't think it's part of the main storyline. Yeah, there's just one story where instead of, you know, them banging and them just having kids, the radioactive spider that bit Spider-Man gives Mary Jane cancer through his semen. And I'm like, what the fuck? Who's reading these and like, this is why I'm here, you know?
Yeah.
But no, it's a wild world, man. The wild, wild world.
I looked up because I was like, I know that there's been some of the what ifs that I'm like, oh, I really love these, and I can't think of them. I looked up the best what ifs, and one of them is what if Civil War.
Yeah, we've had Civil War.
Oh, what if?
Yeah, we're living it. We are post Civil War right now.
Someone needs to tell the Marvel Universe. They have no idea.
You know what world I am happy to be living in, though?
I bet, real quick, this one's kind of
the
neat.
white one.
It says, what if Spider-Man rescued Gwen Stacy? I wonder how much shit does change in that.
Yeah. Instead of him just blowing her back out.
Oh, the number one what if is, what if the Silver Surfer wielded the Infinity Gauntlet? I would love to see that one on the show.
Yeah, instead of him just being some giant dude's bitch. That's how I'm going to start treating everybody that's like under 5'8". I'm going to treat them as my herald and they're my bitch now.
The Fantastic Four have no powers. All right, go ahead.
The world we currently live in,
yeah.
Max Kellerman is being let go.
Is he really?
Yep. He's being let go. You know you're bad at your job when you're on a show with Stephen A. Smith and you're getting let go.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Out of him and Stephen A. Smith, they're like, you know what? You're too bad at your job. Like, your opinions are so bad that they're making Stephen A. Smith look good, so we gotta get rid of you.
I don't honestly know too many of his bad takes. I just know the worst.
Yeah.
The fate of the universe.
Do you know, he actually had him and Iguodala talked about that. Max Kellerman.
That's kind of cool. What did Iguodala say? He's an idiot?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Because he was telling him, he was like, yeah, because he's like, I believe, he's like, he's in that situation, you have ice in your veins, and Iguodala laughed, and he was like, you are out of your mind.
Yeah.
And the clip just ended there, but I was like, yeah, like, yeah, that's obvious, you know? So, I am...
The aliens come down, they got the death beam pointed at us. Who do I want taking the final shot to save the universe? I'm taking Andre Iguodala.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
It was so bad.
He's an absolute idiot. So, that's going to be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think he belongs to a very special list. Actually, no, I actually don't completely hate the guy. Because I have like a little list, not an actual physical list, but a mental list of people that I don't hate, but I just don't wish the best for.
Mm-hmm.
Like Trae Young's on that list.
Yeah.
I don't hate him. I just don't really care for him to do good.
Yeah.
And then there's, who else got that? Russ.
Which Russ? I know so.
The singer,
rapper?
The rapper or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't hate the guy.
No.
Just don't wish the best for him. You know? It's a very...
It would be so cool to see him just like turning around and be like one of the like best rappers. But...
It couldn't happen for me.
I just don't. I couldn't see it. I don't...
He's just such a cornball.
Yeah. He's just so much corny shit.
Yeah. Habib.
I wish that
I don't hate the guy. I just genuinely don't like him. And it's not... I hate... If you go under anything MMA and it's just like pro Khabib, people are like, oh, this is going to piss off Conor fans. I'm not the world's biggest Conor fan, and I can't stand Khabib. Like, I don't... it's not... I don't think those two things even relate anymore. Because he just keeps saying shit. Like
he keeps bad mouthing the UFC as if he's better than everyone.
Yeah.
But won't fight everyone.
Yeah.
Because we talked about this yesterday, because we talked about how, Khabib is just talking shit, and one of the things that he said when he retired is like, he doesn't feel like, anyone's competitive? What was his exact word?
He feels like there's nobody, there's no competition.
No competition left. He didn't beat Oliveira, which I think still to this day has potential to beat him. Yeah. You got Ferguson, who had potential to beat him. I don't think that he does anymore.
I think you owe a rematch to people like AJ and Poirier at some point. I don't know why that's off the table for you. You know you can rematch it, right? Like Poirier almost had your number. Yeah. Like, so give him the decency of running the best 2 out of 3 or something.
Yeah. He says there's no competition. He hasn't beaten the best of that division alone.
Yep.
And there's been plenty of the best of their division who's lapped the division. And then that's how you get, like, true the GOAT.
Yeah, that's what Usman's doing. That's what St. Pierre did.
That's what Izzy's doing now.
Yeah. But yeah, like, you can't defend a title 3 times and then declare yourself as the pound-for-pound GOAT.
Yeah.
Like, no. That's not how that works. Like, you have 3 title defenses, buddy. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Khabib is good, but he definitely belongs on the list of people that I just don't hope the best for. Like, I don't want you to do bad. I just don't hope the best for you. I just don't like you, you know?
Yeah,
I'm constantly rooting against you.
I would love it if he came back and either just shut everyone up and truly proved it and just kicked everyone's ass, or he came back and got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
And shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Regardless, he just shuts the fuck up about it. Because I'm sick of hearing
Man, if he just shut the fuck up.
God
damn it. If he would have just did his business, shut up, I've been like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a cool career that guy had. You know, he beat Conor. Conor was saying some disrespectful shit. He got his ass whooped because of it. That's great.
Yeah.
You know, like, you did good. You know? Nobody was rooting for you, but you still beat Conor. So, like, you know, good. But, I don't know. It's just kind of fucking annoying at this point.
Yeah.
And also, something I still do really want to check out is the weird Kevin Durant and Draymond Green interview. Because apparently, I think Draymond Green actually has a sit-down show now.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think it's part of that. I don't think it was just like a let's combine them two. I think Draymond Green is now having like a sit-down show, like a one-on-one, like kind of a bad version of what like Zach Galifianakis has had.
I mean, an NBA player who he's not dumb. He says some wild shit from time to time.
No, he just looks like Donkey from Shrek. So he just kind of, you would assume, stupid.
Yeah, but he honestly, if he could sit down with NBA players and ask them good questions, I'm all for it.
Yeah,
I mean, from the interviews that I've seen, the little bitty clips that I've seen from that interview, it seems like it's a pretty good interview.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm all for it. I'd love to see more people on there.
It's an interview that I don't think should be happening right now.
Yeah.
Because from what I've seen, they talk about like the fall and collapse of the Warriors, who aren't even, 2 or 3 years removed?
There's only one player removed.
Yeah, and he hasn't been gone that long.
Yeah, it's just KD. The rest of the entire squad who won the fucking championship by, like, just them are still together.
Yeah.
Just the one piece that they picked up that made them, like, unstoppable.
That made them a super team.
Yeah, and then that person left, and now it's like, oh, the falling? Like, no, you're still a championship team if you stay healthy.
Hey, yeah, and y'all were. Y'all won without them.
Yeah. They could easily, if Clay and Steph stay 100% healthy this year, they could very easily win the championship.
Yeah. I am all for just getting to know athletes, like their personal sides a little bit more, and like maybe behind the scenes shit, like we did with The Last Dance.
Yeah,
but
it made me go from someone who hated Jordan to really loving Jordan.
I legitimately believe Jordan's the GOAT now. I really do. I mean, and I will admit, I do think I was wrong on that because, like, I truly didn't see or feel what Jordan did during his time because. Yeah. I mean, fuck, I was born in 97, and that was, like, towards the end of his peak. Yeah. So, I never really got to truly experience that. Mm-hmm. But, I don't know. I don't know. I'm on my second watch through The Last Dance, and I don't know. It's just crazy, all the shit that guy did. You know, all the shit he dealt with. I love, like, if he said if he was to do it over again, he's like, I wouldn't try to be a role model. Yeah. He's like, it's not. He's like, He's like, it just made my life miserable.
I love Jordan's mentality. Yeah. Absolutely.
Killer mentality.
He has a mentality that is better suited to call someone the GOAT. I still think LeBron's a better basketball player. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when you just look at the accomplishments, I think that LeBron's just better.
If you look at the accomplishments?
Yeah.
Well, like if you... look at the 6 finals.
I mean, come on.
Well, because that's a big argument towards Jordan. So I think it's weird to say that, like, if you look at accomplishments, it's LeBron.
Yeah,
because if you look at individual
accomplishments. I mean, I think that LeBron is better.
He doesn't have any Defensive Player of the Year awards.
No, you're right.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I'm not just like, oh, I watched this once, so I'm just turning sides. I now know more than I did before about Jordan, so I've kind of been turned.
It makes me like Jordan more. It didn't change my mind.
It makes him seem more human.
Yeah.
Because to me, it was always like, oh, he's a dick, he's a piece of shit, he's that. But like, dude, he was literally a guy that he was held to such a standard that he went out one night, went to a casino, and came back at like 1 a.m. and next day it was headlines. They said, why is Jordan sneaking out? Why is he not getting back to like 5 a.m? He was like, my dad could tell I was stressed, so he called me and asked me if I wanted to go to a casino. So we went, and I got back at 1.
Yeah, and
he was like, I had to answer questions like I just murdered somebody.
Yeah,
like I couldn't imagine being on that level. You know?
Yeah, I feel like LeBron's on the same level though.
Yeah, but I feel like it's not to that degree, because I feel like there's a lot of athletes nowadays just kind of doing outlandish shit that they couldn't do before.
Yeah,
but Jordan was just held to such a standard that like like he couldn't. I just feel like you can, as time goes, you can just get away with more shit, and I feel like for sports that's kind of true too.
Yeah, I don't know,
because like Jailhouse Rock by Elvis, not sport related. But it was, at the time, like one of the most controversial things ever.
Yeah.
The Beatles saying they're bigger than Jesus was like world ending. Like, it was like people was burning their shit.
Yeah.
Kuzma can now say he would pull up on God, and people are just like, yeah, that's funny. You know?
It is funny.
So it's just crazy what's not accepted anymore. Like, Madonna's Like a Virgin was like insanely, like, not unpopular, but it was infamous.
Yeah.
So I definitely think we're able to get away with more things now.
So was that a point that you bring up on Jordan over LeBron?
Which one?
The one that you just said. That you can get away with.
That wasn't a point. I was just saying it's crazy because of shit like that. Yeah. It's just more kind of like referencing to what I've seen on the show, not really as to a point. But I don't know. But no, that makes me want to see other people's. Like, don't get me wrong, not everybody's documentary series is going to be a home run like Jordan. Yeah. But, like, I want to see other ones. Like.
It also wasn't a Jordan documentary, which helps.
Yeah, it kind of was.
It kind of was, and that's why it's so good.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. If it was just a Jordan documentary, it's still great and it's wonderful.
Well, because you can't have a just anybody documentary. Like, you can't have a just Kobe documentary because there's going to be more shit to it.
That was a Bulls.
The fall and collapse of the rise and collapse of the Bulls, but
that was a Bulls documentary where Jordan was the focus. Yeah, I'm saying if it was a Jordan documentary, he was who the documentary was about, then you get more into like his like childhood, which you do a little, but you get more into it, and then you would get later. You would see his Wizards play. You see you see more of the bad, where this is the best Jordan years.
Well, so it's pretty much everything but the Wizards. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it talks about him not winning the championship, him have to overcome the Pistons. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, so I mean, it's pretty much everything but the Wizards. Yeah. Which I get, because it's not, there's really nothing doing to that
it's a Bulls documentary
storyline.
And it's also a Bulls documentary.
Well, even if you're talking about Jordan's career, you're not going to talk about the Wizards. Like, you don't really care. Like, if you're talking about Shaq, you're not going to talk about him at the Celtics. Yeah. You know? So, not to the same degree. Yeah. Jordan was still good on the Wizards. Yeah. You know, but I don't know. I would just like to see more of these documentaries pop up. But, like, even for people that are just popular, because, like, they just did one over the Malice at the Palace, which I thought was really good. I really
need to see it.
It's really good. Steven Jackson is genuinely now one of my favorite players ever. Dude, he was so fucking good in that. Because he was a part of it, and because they showed a clip of after the whole brawl happened, he was walking through the tunnels saying, like, yeah, fuck this. He was like, these are my guys. I'll fuck anybody up over this. And Steven Jackson, to this day, he was like, yeah. He's like, I felt really good after that. He was like, shit happened, and he was like, as a team, we decided we're not going to let that shit happen alone.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're amazing.
Yeah,
like, you're
awesome.
the fucking man.
Yeah.
And I just didn't realize how impactful, like, because to me, like, even in the long run, it just, to me, it just seemed like, oh, it was just a fight that happened, that was it. It's the reason Reggie Miller retired.
I didn't know that.
Well, because after that happened, Jermaine O'Neal got suspended, and they think that was Jermaine O'Neal's down point to his career. Ron Artest left the next season because he was suspended the rest of the season. Reggie Miller retired after that season because the season before, they was a championship caliber team, but the Pistons beat them.
Yeah.
And they was, facing the Pistons, and Ron Artest went the fuck off against the Pistons that game, and they was going to easily win that game.
Wow.
So that was a huge game. That's like, basically who wins this could win the championship this year.
Yeah.
Because it's us or them.
Yeah.
Like the Pacers legitimately could have won. But,
that's crazy.
People got suspended. Ron Artest done for the entire year. I think it's fair to say Ron Artest is kind of like a modern day Rodman.
Yeah.
The closest thing we got.
Yeah.
Not to compare them too much just because they're,
they're really
outlandish personalities that are like more defensive focused people. But yeah, so it's great. And then people saw it as like a betrayal that he went to the Lakers. Because they was like, dude, we just went through all this shit together. We went through like all this hardship together, and then you just go to the Lakers.
Wow.
Where he won a championship.
That is crazy.
And he said to this day he still feels bad about it.
Really?
He's like, yeah, because Ron Artest was like, yeah, it's a bitch move. He's like, I don't feel good about it.
Damn.
And he was like, I have been in a room with the people on the Pacers team. He's like, I can't look at them.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So it's pretty crazy knowing that shit. Because I was just like, oh, it was just a whatever, just a fight that happened.
Yeah.
And then they actually got the guy that threw the soda.
Did they really? That's even crazier.
He wasn't even the guy that got punched. Someone else got punched.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And then, because people was like, well, how do you feel about that guy getting punched for what you did? And then that dude threw in a sucker punch, too. So I was like, you let someone else get punched and then run up behind the dude and try to punch him?
Yeah, he's a
like,
bitch.
you're a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
Like, and then that dude that ran out into the court that Jermaine O'Neal just fucking slid and punched. That dude said Jermaine O'Neal sucker punched him. And he was like, yeah, that's bullshit. He sucker punched me. And he was like, I barely felt it. But they have a clip of him after it happened on that day, him telling the news that he broke his jaw. And he was like, yeah, I think he literally said he thinks what Jermaine O'Neal did was a bitch move. And I'm like, would you say that to his face again? I was like, apparently last time he broke your jaw.
Yeah.
Now you want to act tough now that it's 16 years after the fact? Like 16?
That's also crazy, too.
Yeah. And like, now you want to act tough?
Yeah.
Like, dude, he would still whoop your fucking ass. I don't know. I would just love to see more shit like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, in any sport. Wrestlers, I'd be down with that. Like any wrestler kind of documentary.
Yeah.
Like Chris Benoit. Okay, so we're out here. We're pitching documentary ideas. Mm-hmm. Do you have a decent a business pitch? Like something you want to see happen, like an untapped market that you're like, I want this to happen. Because we've talked about it before.
Give me an example. Do you have one?
Like an idea, like even if it's like an app you want or something. Like something you think would just help. Something you've been thinking about.
Yeah. Fuck, on the spot?
Yeah.
No? I don't know. You go first and I'll think of one.
Uber prostitutes.
Okay.
Yeah. I think because you're seeing places decriminalize prostitution, which I think is very interesting.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's legal; it just means they won't do anything about it, which is kind of a weird thing. That just
legal.
I guess they just don't want to say it's legal to be a prostitute. Mm-hmm. But so now decriminalization, if that's been going on, people are going to want things delivered more because we're back to quarantine. Mm-hmm. Well, probably going to be. Mm-hmm. And OnlyFans is kind of losing its main purpose.
Yeah. Something had to have happened there, by the way. I don't know.
You think the dude that made OnlyFans, you think his wife started an OnlyFans and he's like, nope.
No.
This fucking shit.
I'm thinking that he was about to get sued. Or I don't know if it's a he. Whoever made the fucking app I think they were about to get sued for like legal prostitution or something. Like I think that they had to have got hit with like a lawsuit for them to just be like, you know what, we'll just bankrupt ourselves pretty much.
I don't think it's going to be anything like that because then you'd see places like Pornhub being shut down or like Brazzers.
Yeah,
I think what happened. I think that's not what whoever made it wanted the business to be. So they're trying to clean it up. Maybe they're getting a deal from somebody and they're like, well, we can't go in a deal with you if you're like peddling smut. Like, clean your shit up. And it's kind of like the UFC getting rid of, like, their Trojan sponsors and shit. And, like, getting Reebok. Like, they're trying to clean it up, mainstream it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a dumb move.
I do, too. Because, like, OnlyFans is synonymous with that. Like, you do not talk about... Nobody's like, oh, did you sign up for the OnlyFans? And they're not talking about, like, seeing, like, lewd or naked pictures of people. You know, that's what it's about. So
I think if they honestly do... not realize how fucking stupid of an idea that is, and there isn't something going on that like they got hit with something that said like you got to stop. Something else is going to take over. Yeah, it's as simple as that.
It really needs to because it's so shitty. Because OnlyFans, you know, people see it as that. It's just like where you go to see like lewd pictures of people, pay them money.
Yeah,
to me, it's like one of the safest ways that you can do sex work.
Yeah.
Also, and they're taking that away.
Yeah. Also, OnlyFans wasn't even like original. It's just Patreon.
Yeah.
It's just Patreon for mobile only.
Yeah, which makes it more kind of, you know.
Yeah, kind of like
more acceptable to scumbags.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I was going to say more like I wanted to say exclusive, not exclusive, but like
discreet,
more accessible. Maybe is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Discreet's another good word, but yeah, it just makes it to where like that kind of content is better, I guess. Easier because like you don't want to get on your laptop every single time, but like it's very easy just to pick up your phone.
Like, oh, neat. You know? Yeah. Instead of just being like, well, god damn it, now I gotta go down to the public library, log on to OnlyFans just so I can see Lana Rhodes inhale a fucking 20-inch dildo.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, if porn was only on laptops and computers, like it would be significantly worse. Like it just wouldn't do as good.
I know. Now they're kind of shutting down our idea of going onto OnlyFans and posting our raunchy content onto there. I say it, you know, hopefully it doesn't go through. Yeah. Just like the state of California wanting people to wear condoms, like in sex videos that were shot in California.
Oh,
yeah, they were making it like a law for like pornos that are shot in California for the actors to be wearing condoms.
I wanted to imagine that you meant like mask, like out in public you have to wear a condom.
Yeah, it's for your protection. It's like South Park whenever they told him about STD, so Butters just wore a condom all the time. He's like, what do I do? It keeps falling off. And Carmen was like, throw in another rubber band. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's just fucking stupid. It's just like, why?
Yeah.
Like, to me, I think porn stars are probably like some of the cleanest people you're going to meet when it comes to that. Because they
get tested a lot.
Yeah, they have to get tested like athletes do for steroids.
Yeah, I think it's like weekly or something fucking crazy. Like, yeah.
Yeah, so, I don't know. It's just so goddamn stupid. We do have a website coming up, though. Yeah. It's not just porn. I'll say if you want to see how me and Brenden really decide the coin flips on our brackets, head over to our OnlyFans. Or you want to see how we made the sex playlist.
Yeah. The next episode we'll have more information on the website.
Yeah. Apparently it's a lot more to make a website than I thought. So
me too. I thought it was going to be really easy, and it wasn't hard. I don't...
Yeah, from what you told me, it's a lot more than I thought it would be for you.
It's not difficult, but it was more than I expected.
Yeah.
So, I was just caught off guard, I guess.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll have more news on that.
Yeah.
It's usually cool on podcasts whenever they announce shows coming up, but the only shows I have coming up are the ones I'm going to. Like, I'm not performing.
We need to do something cool like that.
Yeah.
We need to start writing our stand-up act.
Our stand-up act?
I mean, we both
you do like improv.
One. What's the?
I feel like he's going to get gay immediately.
What's the tall dude and then the silent dude? Like the
Jay
magicians?
And Silent Bob?
No, the magicians, not Jay and Silent Bob.
You said the tall dude and the silent dude.
I absolutely understand
but
why you think that.
You pretty much just said Jay and Silent Bob.
No, I get why you would think that, but no, the magicians.
What?
Yeah,
The silent dude.
Like the magicians that are like also comics, and one of them silent.
Is he a mute? What's wrong with him?
I just don't think he talks.
He's a musician. He can't be that. I mean, he's a magician. He can't be that goddamn shy. I swear to God, I think you're talking about Jay and Silent Bob.
Maybe
it's a good series. It's a.
I don't even know what to look up.
Yeah. No. Please type it in exactly how you describe it to me, because you expected me to know that.
I looked up magician comics that went silent, and I got the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card Silent Magician.
That's also fair. That's
I think
slightly better than what I guessed.
I think that's coming up because I'm a nerd.
That's it?
No, I think it's because I'm a fucking nerd, and it's like, oh, this is what you want, you fucking nerd.
You have been shown it a lot more lately.
Yeah.
Which, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know. Fuck it. I'll find it. If I don't find it, it won't be anything. But if I do find it, the words will be right here. I'll put them right there.
I was going to say, where? This says sticker mule. Oh, okay. So the search is over.
I'm done just looking up different shit until I find it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that later.
You know, I'm not going to... I still feel like you're doing a lot better research than, like, the scientists we currently have.
Yeah, they suck.
On our government payroll to do any research into any disease. They just do 2 Google searches and they're like, no. People are going to have AIDS for a while. I don't know what to do about that. They can crack in the code?
No.
What are you looking at?
No.
Who's Ava Adams?
We gotta
Oh, I thought you just want to shut the fuck up. My bad.
Yeah, I guess just same as normal. Check out Coach Game with the Hits.
Check out Ava Adams.
Not a sponsor, I guess is what.
Yeah, she sponsored us. That'd be pretty cool.
Just a shout out.
I really want to know what gear she would send us.
She has her own products, right? I assume.
No.
I assume, right?
I invested. I'm there for like 5 minutes. I see her like 5 minutes a week, and that's it.
Don't forget to like, subscribe,
1.
review on Apple Podcasts. That helps a lot.
Hey, if you came over from TikTok, we're now on TikTok, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah, I'm doing decently there. We've been reported a few times. I guess trying to bounce over that.
We're trying to figure out what is allowed. You're supposed to like censor like cussing as well on there.
Yeah, apparently you can't talk about. Maybe you can talk about sucking dick.
You can't talk about
just
blowing
can't
yourself?
be attached to yourself, which I don't think's fair. I feel like I should definitely be able to talk about sucking my own dick. If a girl can go on TikTok and be paraded around town like she's a dog on a leash, I feel like I can tell people that I try to suck my own dick.
I don't know. I don't know why. Oh, I think it's Penn and Teller.
You think it's because people don't believe me?
Hey, it's Penn and Teller.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Why do you know what that is?
What do you mean? Turn all kinds of shit.
What? Okay, I will not be as dramatic. Name 3.
I think, I don't want to say for sure, but I'm pretty sure they're on like...
That was the least confident sentence I have ever heard. I don't want to say, I don't think, I don't know. Okay, I'll say, I'm pretty sure.
I know. I just don't want to... I don't want to say stupid shit. I'm pretty sure they're on like Hell's Kitchen. Like I'm pretty sure they make like cameos like that, like Hell's Kitchen. I think I may have seen them on.
I feel like that's just cheating. That's cameos. Like I want to know what they're on. Like
I don't know what the fuck. I mean, they're comedians, so I assume whatever the fuck.
How did you figure out about them? Is it Hell's Kitchen? You just named Hell's Kitchen.
I definitely seen them on something before, but it's like Hell's Kitchen. Like it's just like. It's not
British cooking shows.
No.
Are you sure they're magicians?
Yes.
Have you seen them do anything magical or funny?
Yes. I mean, they're not that funny, but
well, they are easily your favorite magical comedy duo.
That's actually how I found them.
Magical comedy duo?
Comedian magician duo, so pretty much the same thing.
If you're dyslexic, but yeah.
But
okay, today I learned that Penn and Teller are actual people.
Yeah.
And the small one doesn't talk.
I've never seen him talk in the 2 appearances I've apparently seen him in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's his thing. It's like he just doesn't talk.
What an easy thing.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was pitching. Is
It's something we couldn't do.
For our comedy act, I will be silent, and then
But you're the tall one.
yeah, we're gonna switch it up.
Oh, okay. Then I'll be
The tall one, I'm barely fucking taller than you.
Apparently, that doesn't matter to anybody at a supermarket.
I will never get over the girl that was like, "Can you help me?"
Yeah, she's just like, I don't know. I need a 6'7" wingspan. You look like you're maxing out at 6'2" wingspan. I don't think you can reach that. I should have reached it and fucking chucked it into the next aisle and been like, "Oh yeah, my bad. Go get it." Fucking bitch. I don't know. That honestly is like one of the most upsetting like moments because
I couldn't believe it.
It's not like she was just like, "Hey, can you help me?" She looked at me, pointed
at
me,
you,
thought about it,
and said, "Can you?" And then looked over me. I don't even know if it's like a full inch taller than you.
Yeah,
it's
like
really fucking close. And then was just like, "No, you," and pointed at me and said, "Help me, grab this off the top shelf."
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I did something.
Fucking growled at her when she
Well,
said, "Can you?" And you just.
I don't have the best reactions. If somebody walks up to me and the first things are, "Hey, can you?"
You probably just was like, "Ugh,"
and point at me.
Rolled your fucking eyes.
I may have. I do not like when people point at me. If people point at me or they're trying to get my attention and they whistle, it pisses me off.
It's
so
annoying.
maybe I saw her go, "Hey, can you?" and point at me. And I just go, and she goes, "Oh, okay, you."
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe, or maybe she just saw the inch difference. And was like, "You."
Yeah.
You can you get that? Whatever. That's someone else that I don't hope the best for.
Yeah. I hope the absolute best for her.
No, I actually don't. And Linda from Walmart.
I hope.
I don't know. I hope her life stays bad.
I hope
she
it
seems like
stays
she's peak
exactly
funny.
the same.
Yeah, I hope she's peak funny. I hope she's still looking for somewhere to live with two guys that she doesn't think are gay. I really hope her life stays bad so we can run into her again at Walmart and her just go, "Still together, huh?" I swear to God, I'm gonna wear a ring next time we see her. We go to Walmart together, which isn't. I hope it never happens again because I don't need to go to Walmart anymore.
Yeah, I was trying to think of why, like a reason. I was gonna say like buy like a video game. I buy them all digitally now. I was gonna say like
I went there to get a Switch controller.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah,
like a controller or something.
Yeah, if I ever need like craft singles and a pistol on the same trip, I'll go to Walmart and some windshield wipers,
A machete,
yeah,
lube, and ribs.
Yeah, that's the duo. That's you go
Trio.
to Kroger. I mean, not Kroger. You go to Walmart for that, and that's. I'm honestly pretty sure that's like the only place you can get all three of those things at the same time. They did save me a bunch of gas. I'll give them a shout out for that because like anywhere else that would have been like totally different trips to different areas. But right there, they're like, yeah, you need bug spray right over there. You need sunscreen over there. You need a Xbox 360 over there.
Yeah.
You know?
And they're like in aisles beside each other.
Yeah.
Which makes it
There's
even
not
better.
that much of a gap.
No. But thanks for watching. That's what Jammin with Kron Rex.